Memorial Day marks the unofficial start of summer, and grilling season is officially on. Although we were talking Michigan, we sometimes just grill all year. We don't care. But while classic cookout fare often leans heavy, you should not miss out on bringing those fresh, flavorful, nutrition-forward options to the table. I am here for all of that.
Yeah, well, it can be easy and just as tasty to grill with some healthier ingredients so you don't miss out on the flavor while you're still looking out for your body. Shanthi Appelo, a dietitian from Blue Cross Blue Shield, familiar face on our show, zooming in once more to tell us some of her favorite recipes that you can cook on the grill this weekend. Hi, Shanthi.
Hi, nice to be here.
You know, Memorial Day is just around the weekend. I'm assuming the smell of barbecue will be all around my neighborhood and grilling. So what are there any trends? People are talking about these Blackstone grills and all these things. What about trends for the actual food?
Yeah, people are leaning a lot more vegetable forward. I think it's just something that stuck around after New Year's resolutions. People are leaning on just the natural flavors of vegetables, combining them with marinades. I know a lot of people are doing portobello mushroom style burgers and things like that. And so what I have here today is some appetizers that are very vegetable forward that you can serve as an appetizer or just a side item. And I love doing this because oftentimes, like you said, it does lean heavier for the fare.
And, you know, the other good part is meat is expensive, right? So when you do veggies, you're going to save some money.
Exactly. And what better way to bring out the natural or, the natural sweetness in these vegetables, especially as they're in peak in season. So first, I've got these grilled mushrooms. I have marinated them in a soy and balsamic glaze. I've also added a little bit of miso to this. Not something you have to do, but it adds a punch of umami. And to make these really attractive, I'm topping them with a little bit of green onion. I think this just looks so beautiful with the contrast, and it looks so nice on the table. And then I'm adding some sesame seeds as well. So perfect side item, perfect appetizer, just something for people to nibble on.
So when you're grilling those mushrooms, do you grill them in like tinfoil? How do you do that?
So I like to put them on a skewer because sometimes mushrooms, even though you start out big, they will shrink because they're full of water. So it's a good idea to have them in something like a grill basket or a skewer. Marinate them for only about 10 to 15 minutes because they're so high in water again. They're just going to release a lot of water, so we don't need to marinate them for too long, just topping it off with that marinade that you reserve.
Then when it comes to grilling mistakes, is there a common problem that makes food maybe less healthy, but we could still maybe fix that? You got a fix for that?
Well, I think one of the problems with steak, of course, is the excess fat that sometimes lives on them, right? And so the problem with it is that it's solid at room temperature. That means it's saturated fat, and it can negatively impact our cholesterol. So we want to be mindful of that. And it's a good idea to just choose leaner cuts of steak or cut that off, or, just go for a leaner protein. Something I have here in front of me are chicken satay skewers. So very familiar if you go to a lot of Thai restaurants. But what sets this recipe apart is that I'm going a little bit less on the sugar. And these also have veggies on them. Usually the skewers are not paired with veggies. So always trying to maximize that. And the way that you can serve them is just over a bed of rice, or just as an appetizer, really, because the sauce is amazing. And I'll get to that in a moment. But I'm putting that with just some rice. Of course, brown rice would add even more nutrients to the mix, adding some cilantro, lime, and I love adding some crushed peanuts on top of this as well. And then this is the best part, I think, of this appetizer / main dish. This is a peanut butter sauce. So I've marinated this chicken in some curry paste. We've got lime juice, ginger, we've got so many flavors in here. And then the sauce is made out of a lot of the same ingredients, except we're adding peanut butter and water. So you can see you can get it to the perfect thinness by just adding water. So I'll drizzle that over this dish.
Are you telling me that those peanut sauces, that's all that is peanut butter and water? Is that all that is?
Peanut butter, water, soy sauce, fish sauce, lime juice, some curry paste, things like that. But everyone has their own recipe.
Right.
But it's really simple to do. And I think, if a lot of those ingredients are things that you don't have in your house, you can definitely modify this recipe.
Okay, perfect. So if we have one takeaway from today about healthier grilling, what's your top tip?
I think make the kind of non-usual foods more usual, right? So zucchini, if you haven't had that on a grill as a salad, such a fun tip to enjoy zucchini that isn't just kind of on a skewer or in a grilled basket. We're making it into a fresh salad. Just have fun with it. Get creative, I think, in the outdoors, and don't just lean on the burgers and the hot dogs, because the grill can do so much more.
Absolutely. I think grilled, those peppers that you have there, grilled peppers and grilled pineapple, two of my favorite things to taste grilled. They have that different flavor profile. Thank you so much. If you want more information on this, of course, all the recipes are waiting for you, because you can find the recipes and more at ahealthiermichigan.org. Thank you, Shanthi.
Thanks, Shanthi.
Thanks.